So, this video may only prove two things. One, that I learned how to wait until after my radio tried to sync to my phone before I started filming in the van. And second, I don't always dress like a complete redneck. I don't like getting dressed up. Anyway, quick video on what to do when you make a bad buy. You know, that item you got doesn't make any money or not selling. A couple different options. If you're selling, and it's different depending on how you're selling it. So eBay, and start with eBay. So if you're selling it on eBay, and let's say you bought it at a retail store, and like we talked about before, you organized, tried to flip it quick. So you bought it at a retail store, and now you've had it up for a couple weeks, and it's not moving, it's not getting any action at all. You have the option, you still have that item. Generally, you have a 30-day return policy, unless it was a clearance item. Return it. If it came from a thrift store or something, that's not an option, most likely. Or, you know, returning it may not be an option, but that may be the option. Maybe you misjudged something and it's just not selling. So, return it, move on with life. You know, if you bought it used or on Craigslist or something like that, that doesn't work, and then you got to do something different. And that different thing goes into the same thing with Amazon FBA if you're going that route. So, I mean, obviously the best thing is do your research, and hopefully you won't get stuck with an item that doesn't sell, but inevitably it's going to happen. That's just the nature of the game, the nature of the business. So, to give you an example, when I started FBA, I've mentioned it before, and in a past video I had links to the Lifestyle Warriors FBA for Beginners series. And if I would have had that, I wouldn't have done this. But my scanning app, I did not change the default settings, and so I was set to merchant fulfilled, scanning, planning for FBA, sent a bunch of stuff in, and either I was making nothing because the fees were higher than on merchant fulfilled, obviously, or on a few items I was losing like $1 an item or $2 an item. So not only was I not getting that money back, I was breaking even, but I wasn't going to get any money back, and I was paying Amazon $1 to sell the item. That was 5 or 10 items, and they were pretty low cost items, so I probably lost between $50 and $100 on that deal. But it was a learning experience, so I just strive not to do it again, right? And that's kind of where you have to decide what you're going to do. You're going to have some items you make a lot of money on. Every now and then you're going to end up taking a loss on some items. You want to limit those losses as much as possible. But what can you do when one happens? Well, again, if it's in eBay, you can try and return it if possible. If it's Amazon FBA, you've already paid for shipping to get it there, and now you're going to pay shipping to get it back. So that may not be an option. So the next option is, if you drop your price too low on Amazon FBA, you're actually going to be paying Amazon to get rid of it. Not exactly the best option. If you got it for really cheap, then at this point, if it's not selling, it may be time to cut your losses and just pay Amazon to dispose of it. They only charge 10 or 15 cents an item to just get rid of it. So honestly, if I really wanted to, there's probably 10 items left that I'm going to pay Amazon $1 to sell them. If I went in and just told them to dispose of it, it would save me $1 a piece. What I'm hoping is I'll go ahead, let them sell, try to get my ranking up, my feedback ranking up, because I don't have a lot on Amazon FBA. I've got a bunch on eBay, but on Amazon FBA I'm a newer account. So I'm just going to use it to build up transactions, and I'll pay a little bit for it, and it's all kind of coming out in the wash now. But obviously you do your research and try not to have those, but when they do arise, you just kind of have to bite the bullet. And the biggest part is find your plan of attack, execute it, whether it's I'm going to get it sent back, or whether it's I'm going to drop my price, break even, or just make a little bit of profit instead of nothing. Maybe lose a little bit, but put that plan of action in, and then move on. Don't let it discourage you. If 90% of your deals are doing good, or heck, if 75% of your stuff is going great, the other stuff isn't going to matter. You're always going to get something that, even if, Amazon FBA, the rankings were good, the price was good, everything was good, and something happened, it's not selling. Or somebody goes to an auction and gets a bunch of the same item for way cheaper than you did, and they tank the price. Hopefully that's a temporary thing and it comes back. But there's a bunch of different things that can happen. You can control a certain amount, but then there's a portion of it you have no control over, and all you can do is adapt once it happens. But the biggest thing is, just don't give up. It happens in every business. I work for myself still as a professional handyman, and most of the work I do is hourly. Very seldom do I do bid work, because most of the stuff I do is remodels. But every now and then I've bid a job and I've underbid it, and I got to get the job done. That's what I do. But it doesn't make me as much money, and a few times I've lost the money on it. It happens in every business. That's the reason some of these businesses are having clearance sales that we get deals on that we can resell. The market they have doesn't want their item. The benefit we have, all we're doing is taking that item to a better market. And they're just not set up to do that. And we make profit on it. So they make their profit on the other items that they've sold throughout the store. Obviously the store's still there, they're still in business. Walmart's not hurting because they're clearancing items that we're reselling on FBA. So just take that, learn from whatever experience it is that you're going to lose money or not make as much as you plan on, and then move on. Just push forward and keep sourcing and keep that inventory full and keep it selling. I know with FBA, it's great to be able to look at your phone, the app, and say, hey, I've got X amount of sales today and making X amount of money. And if you don't keep that inventory going in, that number drops and it doesn't keep you as motivated. So get with your schedule and keep that inventory going. Just keep those deals rolling. And those few you get that don't turn out like you want, they'll get, if you're making smart decisions everywhere else, they're going to get come out in the wash, I guess is the way it's termed. But just stay focused and don't let it get you down. If you've got any comments or other ways to maybe help with that, or ways that you've dealt with deals that didn't turn out like you planned, put them in the comments below. If you want to see more videos like this or different videos, let me know. And like, comment, subscribe. If you don't like it, dislike it, tell me why. And just keep working together and hopefully keep making money online, and it'll work out. But stay motivated, keep sourcing, and stay with it. Till next time, have a good one.